Hello, Milwaukee. Nhớ rồi, giờ phong như hậu Milwaukee. Giờ này chỉ cái tin cho sợ rồi ạ. Ở chỗ này sợ tôi cộng bé mà họ nó giờ ý họ出生也别sợ rồi是受多呢，多参加这边这个是từ个么样，我từ Lieutenant Governor 然后上 Wisconsin， 内部中学的。Yes. Are you happy that we are having a candidate of the first Hmong lieutenant of Wisconsin if elected, and we are going to elect a Hmong lieutenant governor? Yes? Yes. All right. So my name is XIONG, and I'm going to just be the MC for tonight. Kind of checking in and checking out, but we would like to get the program started. Bây lúc sau老住住嚟就俾毕呀，嘛啦俾全部得见到多路好片嘅嘢，多先知嘅呢同志这片誒個包這片，啲包你都注意，啲包你路打咗，啲到弄你誒個，你睇你包真你頭你頭先到嚟啦。兩弄呢啲這片一兩對，嗱你睇你包冇，佢係啲這片一兩對。họ lo chấp lại thọ này đã rõ thế thọ này như thế thế ấy bé thế thì khu sinh tàu chấp hành đồ cho phong dư này là Wisconsin này xử lý chi bây giờ nên mong ya lại chẳng chỉ là bao chấp hành thế cái lu họ lựa bé xí họ giờ thế như thế ấy cái bé thế họ tàu cho TV advertising cả năm tàu ấy thì lu gì li vấn thị chua này lu primary và bé giờ một bom ba giờ chấp hành其实这边人头路也里边的做了嘅女有一对teammate， 你知道 Governor Ever， 嘅 Governor Ever 個可能有那麼是對個 Governor 的個刀，也頭的 Governor 刀嘅這邊人刀的，就可能換咗可能 Governor 依嘅啦，但是他夠做要靠 primary 就路也里邊的做有了呢，可能要路อันนั้นเนาะจงไปจุดเทียก็เท่าอย่าไปเท่าขนาดไปมุยยังขนาดเลยเจก็ตรวจตั้งแต่นี่ยังยีมินจีเลยอะ okay so thank you for coming this is a great time with family and friends so without further ado I'm going to invite the board president of the 18 Hmong Council here in Wisconsin to welcome all of us so let's give a big hand for President Zhongzhe
I will speak Hmong English. You know, I know Mr. He since I would say 2003 or about 2003 or 2004. H&D came to Milwaukee at that time, so I met him, and we've been coming across each other ever since. But today I will focus on the power of civic engagement or the power of our vote. I remember when I was a little kid, I went to school and at that time we were in second grade. But back in Laos it's a little different from the United States. So even we are 14, 15 years old, if we never go to school, we can go to first grade. So we were in second grade, the kids about 6 years old all the way to 18. And one day we went to play and there was a big pond of mud. So everybody got our own stone and keep throwing to the pond of mud. But one thing I see, it's a little boy. I think he's about 6 years old. That he got a pile of stone. That he don't walk around, but he sit there. They keep throwing into the same spot. Yeah, he keep throwing the stone to the same spot, the rock to the same spot. And then when I look at it, I see that the impact of the power of the stone that he threw into that same spot, it got big impact. But for us, we're about 15 people, but we keep throwing all over the place. There is no impact. So, when we talk about voting, I would like to make sure that we get all our vote to one person, just like the stone that we throw into the same spot, that we see the impact. So in order for our vote to have impact in the community and in Wisconsin, we need to make sure that we throw into the same spot. At that spot, it's Mr. Hurd. That I want our vote to go to Mr. Hurd, and that we'll see the impact of it. So today, I would like to encourage everybody, number one, make sure that we have enough fund to bring him to July or August 9th. To make sure that he can go all the way to July or to August 9th. And at that day, we like to make sure that he is the one that with Governor Tony Evers all the way to the next 4 years. Thank you so much.
容些还有，我做到不谈容这就路车到这边，莫那被多就要多唔弄这边还路，个被包的你路了你注意，你这警察你爸也要冇理解，哎被他包车你要，要领导วันdayกูอยากอันนั้น Gary ที่容正嘅เรา冇ถามจี这边到那天这边เขามาเราเปลี่ยนทุกครั้งเลยจี กูจอดเคลียร์อีหลอให้เดียจะเจ้าเราไปที่มัวจะตู้จันใส่บาเสียเตาบาชีเทียมัวลุจิฝีเรามัวสิตือเขียววัวหนอชื่อยาชงนอไป有一ชงรงไปมัวออตุมงสิตือเขีย到อันนั้น state federal level ยาจะเพ่งเขีย到 state level หากูลีเขีย到อันนั้น U.S. Senator นี่不容些天也容些不对中个呀现在在想北用怎么说只准备但是想了北莫奥度好了几年北就忙实的容些行呢都好就能有了么起来呢能是的是说从里他对了有到路有到错搞得多哎了这里อันนั้นcho tao cũng cho tao lòng dạ tại sao ngờ ta tao biết cho họ nợ chỉ họ bây giờ tao sơn ngờ còn ngờ nó cho con cho lòng có cho có anh này nó lo có xe có bây giờ tao nó tao hậu dạ này họ nó cũng hay phượt tao bây giờ hay tiền chứ rồi bây giờ mua cho mong mua xe thì nhẹ là một way từ anh này nó politician cho họ way từ politician mà sử dụng gì dạ lu lâu trả lời chúa mà lời chúa ít sáng sẽ lời chúa ở sát thì gì, ok? Để bây giờ xe đầu tư phim thì cũng cái sẽ đang bất thì đâu cái gì à? Alright, so it's not often that we have two Hmong people running for public office in the same year. So with that, we are very thankful for them. And Gary, would you like to come and say a few words about Peng before we hear from him? Gary Gorky 要一直碰一种我操这平衡贴到山那天的好女人要一直我贴我那我注意得了你叫人好啊从 Milwaukee 呢因为都 representative 要 Evan Gorky 就要能都都的 Okay so welcome Gary
Thank you No you'll be surprised Good evening, and it's an honor for me to be here. I am a former state senator from the Oshkosh, Neenah Menasha, Appleton area of the state of Wisconsin. I have worked with Peng, with his family. Is this not on? Closer? Oh, okay. I had the honor of working with Peng, with the Hmong Institute, in setting up days in our state capitol in which the Hmong community came into the building to meet the legislators to meet the governor. I can tell you from my heart that Peng is ready for this job. He is very ready for this job. He will be an excellent lieutenant governor. And as was mentioned by our leaders, that after August 9th, the Democratic primary, Peng runs with the governor. Only 2 people to vote for. Peng is number 1.
So we're going to have another testament from our fellow Hmong friends, so Rongcheng, and then we will hear from Peng. Let's give Rongcheng a hand.
nhớ rằng cú lúm bề hoa rong tranh nữa nè rong xe mà là chơi phèn thia mai rong thia gỡ chế nâng cho tôi cho phong dư tua trong đời nó lú chế nó tôi một kia tôi bé hay thì chơi phèn nè quý nhà là so for those of you who may have heard that Peng chơi phèn so that's two different people okay not just one person so yan rong linh đó chỉ bé rong xe hay thì chơi phèn này tôi kia tôi bé hay thì chơi phènอยู่là một kia với tu lieutenant governor đâu rồi bây giờ thì tụi yo là một kia với tụi nọ yo chủ yo tụi lo tụi xe bây một cái trong tụi lo xe đó chỉ cần đời là nhớ tao chơi là chỉ tuần à đó chỉ chơi phèn cú hai lần rồi bây thì cú bao chơi phèn tao mua năng够tại lưu sông là nè rồi nó yo rồi thì bây chơi phèn thì chỉ xe thì cú là một từ với tụi nọ trong mong chỉ cái là nhỏ đó chỉ nọ trong đây chỉ nọ chỉ yo là một serve cái cho nâng到绕被绕一路中，了解几多杯是，但是绕那没用的还了，你好被路成了，这朋友了么绕一路中，了么解几，这都找朋友，这哪就知，鼓励你要么路到 Washington DC， 你要么这哪就知，通不了美国的解几，头杯就没都能你手解杯。你只到刀杯做给啥，做给闹，做给鸟，做给专业，同到了节制都杯了。肉大呢被多甚至于了可能每顿菜多个了份的多你还点，古而后ลืนะจนหน่อแล้วตัวเรามุสิฐานนะแล้วจนเราน้องเจ้ากู还点，我要ลีนอนจอบ policy นายกบริจาคแล้วก็จะแล้วล่อตัวหมูจะแล้วเรา肉重ซะเรา只到鸟被路中啦，เรา只到了鸟被这给到被路中ทั้งตาน่ะ这朋友一定没鸟有鸟不了的鸟太的ตัวล่อยังได้เฉินเนาะ你做给还得你做你เรา做路是很那容易家我的还了被肉肉那了有的呢被了母贡献被了母包被八这朋xã hai tia do thì ta chỉ nói chơi phăng do có tụ tú có tụ cứ có tụ chỉ ấy chúng ta lần từ ba nó có xã lịch trả nông là này tôi ba chơi phăng bây tôi ba chơi phăng chỉ ở bây ba chơi phăng là cú đã có ba cú tụ là trả tay kia này lử xong này ấy cú tụ chỉ xưa là qua hậu lử chơi phăng này vô lịch trảกูไงพอเช็คแล้วตัวนะกูให้แล้วนะย่อพอเช็คแล้วนะจอที่พาสิทธิ์มั่วไปเจอได้ที่เราเก่าได้ซื้อเราจะเก่าได้ซะจะถ้าสิจะเศร้าหนึ่งเตาชาน่ะจะยังไงนะวันเต้ไปยังมุดก็ตัวตันเต้จะไปจุดตัวซาจะไปจุดตัวป้าอีตูป้าตัวเดินหนึ่งมุดเตาเลยหนึ่งมาป้าไปเราเลยมีการเนี่ยจะ indirect impact ย่อให้เตี้ยไปป้าตัวเจ้าเพ่งมันย่อต่อจงเลยนะหรือน้องเต๋อจะเพ่งอยู่ป้าต่อไปอีตูเดียเดี๋ยวให้เจ้าเนี่ยจะเพ่งเขาอาจจะนึกว่าเขาแพ้สุนเรามัวเขาหรือ yes ตอนเราไปจีบบอกจะเพ่งต่อทีวีนะแต่สิ่งย่อต่อการจะเพ่งว่าตอนเราอยากไปถ้ามุนเทียจะต่อทีวีแต่สิ่งไปมุนเทียจะว่ารู้ลัวเขาหรือไอ้หนูป้าต่อเราไปจะนึงกูยงเสียเดียจะเพ่งเจ๊จีเสียเรามัวไอ้เจ้าเขาหรือลีน่ะจีเรามัวหน่อนะนึกเรามุเซอร์เปท่องเปลือยจอนนึงยัดตัวหัวรู้เซ็งบริสการเสร็จนะตูดูตูเดอตูดา tụ mê tụ nâng nó chỉ là những sự tạ đến là dòng xe chấp lại ta Hmong American mua trả bằng sự là một từ và ý từ Lieutenant Governor ya cú dòng xe cú xã cho chơi Peng có lọt sổ nó hay thì có chơi chỉ lo chỉ xe đó là có trả bằng sự na nếu mua rom của đi trả có trả bằng sự nếu yêu tàu đó có bên chế ý kiến là tận thế cú hay khó lú thì là xong áp hạ cú muốn nhắm mình số tàng thằng đó cú ấy họ lựa chơi luôn bồi sản mua cho con trai cho single mà đó giờ lú ó liền tu nó cũng cả có lú suitcase một trăm luôn tụi mình can được lú chế chế à nương greed của chuyện này thì của để nhớ rằng của luôn bị hồi rong chen nương tức là thế quá nương thì cấp bậc chân mì mua đó khó mì mua nó khó yên mà vấn đề là để chúng ta sẽ để cấp bậc chân mì mua nó cũng để yes and no yes ư cộng illusion tức là no ư chỉ cũng tuân trả cú xin cho cả thì cú mua lại là chỉ lại tức là khó conversation để nếu ô tô lâu refer cú một chỗ ở bên thùng gì ai cú tao commission từ ở bên thùng tao can gì vậy thì mì mua yên nhất cho Singapore bao nhiêu chuyện là thì outside Singapore lấy bao cú lấy chỉ lý giải cú hay thì cú yếm mong cú yếm sành mua yếm lý mì giờ khó nói giờ khó cú thì bị ba chơi Peng giờ bị đã cả ba bị so I'm sorry that I'm not gonna go into English because I'm pretty sure that most of you fluent in English and you need interpreter you have somebody next to you and that table or the other table so you have somebody who can interpret for you so thank you and I would like to welcome Peng to the stage thank you
hello Milwaukee XIONG Milwaukee I'm so tall I had to move the mic over so that I'm not blocked so I don't like stands so I just wanted to mention that so my name is Peng and I want to be your next Lieutenant Governor so one day na ko sa one cho mano này thì tôi bắt sa của tia chỉ talent của la hai lu mika tia hai lu mong tia thì one day na của la hai lu mika one day na je thì ba cha chỉ của tia so I just wanted to thank everyone for coming and I'm going to do a lot of Hmong and English I'm going to start with my English first and then I'll transition into my Hmong and so please bear with me I also want to thank our host tonight our co-host so I want to thank Chava Tia, Nancy and Gary Tia, Yong Ching Mo Tia, we sponsor Manon Gusa, Tia. So I just want to thank them for co-sponsoring tonight the event, and I also again thank you all for taking time out of your busy schedule to come here. So let me tell you why I want to run for Lieutenant Governor. The reason why I'm running for Lieutenant Governor is I want to make sure that Governor Evers gets reelected, and in order to do that, we need our strongest ticket, and he needs a strong partner, both on the campaign trail and in the office. So many people encourage me to run because of my executive leadership, as well as my lived experience, my ability to reach out to new voters and mobilize Democratic voters across the state of ours. So let me just share a little bit about myself. So I'm a first generation American. I was born in Laos during the Vietnam War, and my father was a school teacher before going into the military. And my mother was a farmer who took care of the family farm as well as raising my 5 siblings and myself. And so my mom's in the back, so I want to say hi to my mom. So because of our alliance with the United States, we were then targeted for genocide. So we had to flee Laos into Thailand and live in the refugee camp for a while. And so on December 12, 1976, my family and I came to America. And so we landed in Des Moines, Iowa. Not the frozen tundra of Wisconsin, but it was still pretty cold, as you can imagine, coming off the plane in Des Moines. And then I went to school. I remember in school, they actually had to clear out the janitorial closet. And the janitor's wife came to volunteer to teach me how to speak English. And so that instilled in me the importance of education, as well as the importance of making sure our schools are funded. And so because of my passion and leadership in education, Governor Evers appointed me to his Early Childhood Advisory Council. In addition to that, I actually serve on Governor Evers' What's Best for Kids to advise his transition team on policies around family and children. And so I've been a good partner with Governor Evers, and it's been an honor being a partner with him. But I also know what it means to work hard. I put myself through college and graduate school, and I actually have a degree, a master's in physics. So it's always good to have a physicist on your side when you're trying to explain to Republicans about global warming. So one day là vậy, cái này là cụ yêu tới chăm lo. Vậy one tàu bây giờ sĩ tổ trò vậy cụ chỉ với tôi này cụ vậy nhưng mà mua với tôi thả vậy cụ nè, giờ bây giờ mình nói thế tôi bây có tên là vậy, bây mà tôi nên đấy mình cái này vậy tàu tôi vậy bây tôi bông như hồi đi mọi ai vậy, ít sẽ cho bộ sai chụp tên này, sai trâu này vậy, tuần đấy cho nó này vậy, tới giờ chỉ có chỉ nó bỏ lên bị xây bị Wisconsin nó thế đấy xem linh nó thế này vậy, tàu cũng cần tới này vậy, lúc chạy cần tới này tàu ba chỉ số cho bây này vậy, có tàu tu không tu chán rồi không phong một khổng cho này à, muốn cho khổng chết tại bây giờ mình tôi nhập một cả hỏi tu chán rồi bên nhà một tốt kẹp bên đoàn kỳ xã, tuần đấy vậy nên gió này à, chỉ ta lên đó cụ thể bao thì cái cần tới này có chỉ chính thế, chỉ ta lên đó bây tàu muốn nhiệt dẹp bây giờ cho chạy cần tới thế có ba bây giờ mình tôi nhập này à, cụ cho họ lười thế cụ có cái ba mình nhập cần tới này vậy Governor Evans thế mà cụ cho họ lúc trong sala who Early Childhood Advisory Council. Chỉ ta lên đó nếu mà cụ cho họ lúc trong sala who what's best for kids, cái này là policy là ba bây giờ mình nhập thế ta nhập bây giờ bây giờ thế này à. Thế cụ chỉ một cần tới lại cụ đại master học physics, cái tới TFS physics, thì còn nói họ dùng ba bây giờ kia ở lưỡi thế việc thì cho nhà là liên hệ cho environment thế cái cho global warming này à. I also own a small business, and I got my start in grassroots organizing as the executive director of a neighborhood planning council, fighting to remove PFAS from our drinking water. So one day, cụ lên mỗi lúc là luật thế, chỉ ta lên đó cụ chia cái ba đó basic là gì cụ ấy từ executive director họ lúc có hỏng muốn cho chua chemical PFAS chế tập họ bây giờ để họ này à, còn bây giờ chúng mò. In addition to that, I worked at the Urban League of Greater Madison on the Promise Zone initiative that was started under President Barack Obama. Dĩ mô để của họ là lúc có hỏng hua Urban League nhớ the Greater Madison để của tụi thầy để lúc có program hua the Promise Zone thì còn đây có President Obama chỉ tao để hai cái của họ Madison. In addition to that, I worked at the university at the world-renowned Institute for Research on Poverty on a cutting-edge program designed to eliminate poverty. So dĩ mô để của họ là lúc chạy cần tới UW Madison họ lúc department hua Institute for Research on Poverty. Cái có program ba tin này chọn nhẹ này à, ban chỉ họ lựa bỏ cái bỏ lại nhẹ, bỏ tiền chỉ chọn nhẹ. My work and my leadership has changed policy at the federal, state, and local levels. So tới giờ cô nói là lên long giờ policy, the state there, the federal there, how local nó there, vì there cô lên more share ba bây giờ mong there, more share ba bây giờ bây sinh nữa. So as you can tell, my career has really been about building stronger communities. So cú luôn này vậy cái ấy mình cả hai public servant, lấy ba bê sinh sư, ba cả bê lu dây lu rõ rong sinh And so I also want to share that my wife and I have 3 wonderful children. So bên này tới ra lên mua bê mình nhọ. So all tụi cần đỡ học college, ấy tụi ta tập đỡ học high school nên vậy tụi cả high school nhọ qua lại được driver's license. Cho nên lấy bao thì tụi lấy driver's license thì nung cái nhọ kỹ mình chỉ này hay insurance này And so my 3 children, I got 2 in college and 1 in high school, and the one in high school just got a driver's license. So I call these my expensive years. But my children are the living, breathing proof that the American dream endures. They are the fruit of the vision of their grandparents who sacrificed everything to get on a plane to come to America with nothing on the clothes of their back. So, cụ cho mình tụi mình nhỏ mình lên giờ lúc rình mùa thì cả bé tôi yêu tới cho mình cái này cả bé bản mình này giờ thì bây giờ cho lúc nông là cũng nhận tới cụ chỉ nhỏ có bé tôi cả bé lo tới cho mình cái này thì bây giờ lúc nông đó này lấy bỏ thì bây giờ lo là chỉ ta lên đó bây giờ cho ba sáu yêu tiếc vì thì bây giờ tụi mình nhỏ. And so we're also thankful for companies like Cudahy Meats here in town or Oscar Mayer in Madison that really hired folks like my parents who didn't have any English skills. So tụi bên nhà có to mà bây giờ chọn nhảy chạy luôn kỹ này nhỉ, thì trong xe giờ tới lúc company này Cudahy Meats họ chọn nó thì Oscar Mayer the Madison này, bắt chạy bây giờ ông này chỉ là họ lựa này nhỉ, tụi đó mà luôn kỹ bên lịch bảo này nhỉ, họ lựa lịch bảo đây xem mà bên lịch bỏ thì cho nó ít thứ này ít hành mình là refugee cái bắt chỗ ba nó về. So because of that help, that has led them to be able to support their family. And for one day, the son of a school teacher and a farmer to stand in front of you as a candidate for lieutenant governor. so cái ba nó giờ khó thì ba bé này nè bé gì cái bé ba tụi bé giờ mình tư nhỏ cái inu mua ít tụi lại của cái tàu sĩ tư chụp bọn nó chụp chụp mình cái này vậy so cái này họ cái trong xe hay cho Belisa giờ ta ba bé giờ bọn nó gì thế. So that's my personal story and that's my lived experience that has led me to become the public servant that I am today. So cái này có ba cú ta sẽ là ít tụi này ba bé sinh. And so as your Lieutenant Governor, I'm going to fight for all the things that are important for us. Making sure they have access to health care. Making sure that there is continued to have reproductive rights for women. Make sure that we support our schools. Make sure that we have common sense gun laws to end gun violence here in the United States. Make sure that we support our small businesses. And one way of doing that is make sure that we have access to affordable childcare. There's a huge childcare desert here in Wisconsin. The average wait to get into a childcare is 1.5 years. So if we want people to go back to work, we need childcare centers so that they can provide childcare for their children so the adults and the parents can go back to work. And also we want to make sure that we have a seat at the table for everyone. So I call la pa pe cho ya tao sa halu Lieutenant Governor je pa pe ke kan da ka mo nia la pa pe je tu mi chỉ ta lên đó mua healthcare để pa pe cho lao thế cái pa cho để cho lao mà cho health chỉ ta lên đó pa pe cho tức là lo thế cho là lo này vì thế pe mua cho là lo thế cả mua nhiều tiền là pa po thế chỉ ta lên đó là pa po je tao mua cho childcare center pa cho rồi pe cho mi tu mi pe thế tao mua halu này thế chỉ ta lên đó có cho tao mua lúc trồng rau tao lúc trồng salad nàyเขากูสิตื่นมาอย่างก็มั่วเป็นมองมวยลุชโชว์เนี่ยเขา state government แต่ฉันนอนเนี่ยเขาเซ็ง Wisconsin เนี่ยตัวมวยตัวมองเลยเหรอให้จากเขาคณะ state level ไป Minnesota มั่ว Senator Fong ที่มั่วเอาไปตัวละแต่ฉันมาเขา Wisconsin ตัวมั่วเนี่ยฝิ่งดาวทั้งมั่วจงชลาโลมั่วเนี่ยเจียเราชิไปเนี่ยไปจะมองจมวยตัวเนี่ยเป็นเนี่ยเนี่ยเจียเราจะรับจะไปจิตตาลันเดไปจมวยลุชโชว์เนี่ยแต่คุณเจงตัวมั่วเราลุมิกาเตียWhen you're not at the table, you're on the menu. 在到的一个今年的中式啦，那些个也都通街也不能摸个做那里家了，个不做到那样，那摸个好了，摸个好，那摸个机了，摸个机，那些可能也靠个点的有人得那些，这股如不是对的，也被这个地方生活个什么保障的，把车股那些到这好了那些了，把被这蒙的，这股人正到的。也被这个地方做对你好生活个什，只要你好Milwaukee那是，只要你好买那是。nếu vậy thì yêu lý vậy thì cho tôi bấm bài cho cô này bây giờ một cái chance thế vì thế đặt nó này mua auto sĩ tử thế này à một cụ thể từ bên mình cả đó này có chance lên giống thì bây giờ mỗi tụi mong Việt thì giờ yêu xã hội thì mua là hai nền thế này cho minority cho bao nhiêu cho mẹ cho đu gì mua cho car thế yêu hai nền cho mong là thì bây giờ công nếu đó bấm bài cho cô này bây giờ nó yên sự ít con gì我古中些嘛头我哋原來識到啊呢段落主嘛依度冇 collect 嘅 signature 呢呀個咁啲你上諗俾啲古包裝個拼好我到 candidate 我到 lieutenant governor 呢嘢頭俾 collect 俾隻 signature 俾嚟俾拍一波到 signature 我哋再到啲就個啲啦把車要咗落主咪架啦把車要咗俾成咪架啲啦係你啦把車要佢ตัว opponent 就覺得我拍一波到咗 sign 咗亦再到啲俾起應你一趴都得能呀，你只冇呀，就等你把车股咧股天咧，股领正多啲，俾幾英嘅拎嚟摸先，我哋做咗，我哋有知把晒個人得，嗱咪寫 paper 啲，其他就collect 咗股呢呀。So one of the things I want to share is I would be the first Hmong elected to a statewide office in the country, and so that's historical, and our chances of winning are very good. Currently, there are 2 of us who are running, my opponent and I. And when we collect, in order to run, you have to collect signatures to get on the nomination paper. And so our campaign is a grassroots campaign. That's why it's diverse, it's strong, and inclusive. And because of that, we collected more nomination signatures than anybody else in the primary. We did it the quickest. So we collected over 3,100 signatures. And my opponent only collected only 2,100. So we outdid her by 1,000, and we collected 1,000 more than we needed to. And that's a testimony to the support we have in this community, to the campaign, as well as the support of you folks here in the audience. So thank you for all those who helped collect signatures, as well as sign my nomination paper. So there's no one more prepared or ready to fight for our shared values, for our governor, and for our state. I'm a tenacious fighter. I want to use the skills that I've learned both as an executive leadership and my lived experience to put to the work for the people of Wisconsin, and also to make sure that Governor Evers gets reelected. So okay, cú sĩ tư năm có ý mà lại quay có Governor Evers chắc tao what the governor thế có pe cho mong muốn nó show này ya, cho khả năng cái kho của lấy bỏ thì giờ pe sĩ chơi tiền này là tao sư này vậy. So I'm going to ask for your support and your vote on August 9th. So ku pa thon ne ti nun da ne je lu cho lên yi linh thi phi cho ne ya. Lu sai cha ne ne mo pom ba jo ku te ka pe lai tu thai tu mong statewide chỉ te nya ho Wisconsin nya thong pla